Hello, hello. I'm Ben, and coming up, I wrote jokes about the Ontario warehouse fire, the new RFK Jr. pod, a big Trump chunk, and much more. But first, on Friday, the Consumer Price Index jumped 3.3% in the year through March, reflecting inflation costs for energy, housing, groceries, all soaring. That's right, everything in America is up and to Brian's right. God, that picture is evergreen. I guess I could have opened with a BBL joke for inflation, but who can resist? Time for this week's news dump. Welcome back. Every day this week, I gave myself an hour on the internet to scroll and see what everyone's talking about, and then write jokes. Then for sanity purposes, I log off. This is my late night monologue, except the budget is zero and nobody asked for this. And first, tonight I'm drinking, not a cocktail, but espresso. Feeling a little under the weather, plus I still have shit to do. Also, in the last two videos, a lot of y'all click away at the cocktail bit, so might as well just give that the pork chop. First up, we begin this week in Dimension news. In an unhinged Easter Truth Social post, Trump said to Iran, quote, "Open the f***ing strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell." The American president also said Tuesday in Iran will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up into one. Well, years later, at least he's making Infrastructure Week happen. And it's pretty rich that Trump concluded his threat by signing it, "Praise be to Allah," which means the guy railing against Muslims since 9/11, on Easter, from Florida, just declared jihad. You know, the war on terror cost $8 trillion, and it turns out all we had to do was send this guy to Gitmo. Anyway, H.L. Mencken once said democracy means the common people know what they want, and they deserve to get it good and hard. Well, we're certainly getting it good and hard, but I actually think we can look to one person who's already leading by example. If we, the American people, have learned anything, it's that sometimes you just need to put on your new boobs and take it like a champ. We shall overcome. Sorry, not sorry. I'm clearly obsessed with Brian. As I was saying, maybe we won't overcome, because things went from bad to worse. Later in the week, Trump went from jihad to genocide when he posted a grim message to Iran saying, "A whole civilization will die tonight if a deal isn't reached." I still don't know what the point of any of this is, but what's wild is that everyone on the internet was more worried about nuclear war than they've ever been. But then it turned out to be just another Taco Tuesday. Whew! It was a close one, guys. And I know Kimmel already did that joke well, but if I could add to it, Trump hasn't had a Taco Tuesday that good since Epstein Island. More Trump news. This week, in a press conference, he seemingly informed us that it was actually him who took out Osama bin Laden, since he wrote it in his book before 9/11. Imagine that. If I could convince people of anything, I bet I could convince my wife that it was 10 minutes, not 2. During a Washington County, Tennessee Board of Education meeting that was streamed here on YouTube, board member Keith Irwin, no relation, can be heard saying to a student he was sitting next to, "God, you're hot. Do you know that? Where do you go to school at?" Oof. But don't worry, folks. He was transferred. He's now your local priest/gymnastics coach. A new study has shown that a rising number of Americans are refusing life-saving blood transfusion because they come from vaccinated donors. Darwin called and, I don't want to use words that offend people or get demonetized on here, so I'll paraphrase. He said, "Good luck, idiots." I'm just kidding. No one's making money off of this show. Trust me. Now, in international news, last Sunday, Japan hosted its annual Fertility Festival. There were penis shrines, pink penis candies, families, tourists, the whole shebang. And after the week America just inflicted on the world, think you could bring one of those over and just, shut our president up? Moving on. CBS has announced that Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen will take over the 11:35 slots starting May 22nd, one day after Stephen Colbert signs off. The syndicated talk show has actually been around a while, and you might recognize it from your last time in a doctor's office waiting room. It's a choice that folks on the internet describe as culturally vapid and unfunny. So, if you need to fill a chair, call me. The New York Times published a story this week that profiles a few of the women who believe that women shouldn't be able to vote. Well, since Trump won the woman vote in 2024, whoopsie. Just for the record, you heard that right. Not even women want to hear their own opinions. Hey, don't get mad at me. I voted for the woman. RFK Jr. says he's launching a podcast to expose the lies that have made Americans sick. And, just 2 points of clarification. First, sir, your voice is the lies. Second, if I had to listen to you for a full episode, I'd pray for my own Kennedy curse. Russian state media this week reported that Moscow plans to establish sovereign Russian territories on the moon. Well, that's nice, knowing our president isn't the only one with dementia. A disgruntled Kimberly-Clark employee burned down a warehouse containing toilet paper, diapers, and even some feminine hygiene products. Hey babe, time to stock up on tampons and TP again. They're on a fire sale. No, not good. Funny though, when you look at the famous fires in history, the Reichstag fire changed the course of human history and led to the rise of the Third Reich. This guy burned 1 million square feet of Cottonelle. The revolution is off to a roaring start. Proud of us, guys. And finally this week, if you've been in the dating pool recently, you may have noticed that men are in their princess era. These dudes put in little effort, want to be courted, coddled, and celebrated, then expect all the perks of traditional masculinity when it suits them. But every princess story ends the same way. Except Sleeping Chad Beauty here was picturing a slightly different happy ending. Alright, those are my jokes. Got any better one-liners than the ones I came up with? Leave them in the comments. Also, you should like and subscribe. But for me, now it's time to log off. Cheers! Bye!